Alright, let's do this. We are in pretty decent shape. But I have to say, Stream Elements, my first merch page, had very first merch page, which I was pretty much keeping around because they were the first place that offered me this, which was Stream Elements. Even really use Stream Elements anymore. I had, what do you call it? Sponsorships that I was, trying to earn extra money, and I did 2 of them, and they ended in disaster. And I'm not going to do sponsorships anymore. It really set a tone for that. So I really had no reason for Stream Elements. I think I had a soundboard back in the day that I used Stream Elements for. And it might still be there. I don't even know. But long story short, they did why don't you sell your own stuff? And I hate to say it, that was what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to do from the get-go. The product that I personally bought were just the really rare things that I'm very partial to, so I could see what the product is like. That's it. I didn't buy much. I think some people will be really upset with me when they find out what 2 blankets I bought. I mentioned that I might give them away as prizes because I don't have them anymore. Somebody bought a mug that I owned, and I didn't feel like it was self-promoting at all. Well, one, it wasn't self-promoting at all, because as I was mentioning it, I was gonna self-promote. I think I might have. But I noticed that my Stream Elements page down. just checked it, just so you know. I just checked it. Like a week ago. I gotta take it off my link tree. I gotta take it out of everything. I have that promoted everywhere. It's here on YouTube. Fourth Wall bought them out, and I didn't get any notice. And the notice that I got was move your page over to Fourth Wall. So I go to Fourth Wall, like they say to do it. I do the transfer thing, and it says we can't transfer anything. And I was like, why can't you transfer anything? You should have moved your page on the 17th. And I might have gotten something. Stating that, but I might have gotten something stating that, because I didn't make the minimum threshold to cash out. Going back to the Stream Elements dashboard, I was trying to figure out what was going on, how much revenue I had pending, all that stuff. And it turns out that Stream Elements is no longer in the revenue making business. So there's no more sponsorships, there's no more anything on my dashboard anymore. Like I said, if I had sound alerts or sound things, which is what I originally used Stream Elements for, those are gone. I haven't even checked, and partly because I haven't been on Twitch, except for my anniversary. To notice that even the sound alerts were working. I think they were down, and I think I just basically shut them off for the anniversary. Yeah, I've never had a hype train. I've never had thing. Stream Elements was tracking all my revenue. Zeroed me out. So I went in to look at the page, and that's gone. It's all that stuff is gone from the dashboard. It's they completely scrubbed it. I'm in panic mode over this. I did make an announcement on Discord about it. I am really sad because the unique item, the blankets, Fourth Wall doesn't sell them. Fourth Wall sells a blanket type, but not the blankets that I was. Not the blankets on the merch page. That was my main product. And exception of me, I never sold a blanket, a Dakimakura blanket, to anyone. So the ones that I have are the ones that I have, and they're not that great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that great. Streamlabs, which is my OBS here on YouTube, and I use it on Twitch, also had a merch page, and they sold sneakers, and it's the reason why I created the second merch page, because I couldn't have sneakers with Stream Elements. So it is what it is. It's sad. It's sad that the Dakimakura blankets are gone. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Streamlabs also has little pillows. I did do a test. Like a mini Dakimakura throw pillow. Which I will probably turn all my Dakimakuras into mini pillows. The main reason that I hesitated to even create the merch page in the first place is because I had somebody telling me that they had a store and they were going to be able to sell adult products, and when they told me that they had a store, what they really meant was they had a Amazon store, and I could fucking set up an Amazon store myself. Twitch is fucking Amazon, so why not do that? I could do that. The biggest problem with an Amazon store is Amazon does not sell adult stuff. You have to have a separate store. So the person who said that they had a store that they were going to sell my product on, that never happened. It never came through. It never became what it was, what I wanted it to be, and that all fell through, which is the reason why I set up the merch page 2 years ago now. I'm going, there's only a few products on the Streamlabs page, and I'm going to basically move everything over and start, really working that. I'm sad to say it. I'm sad to see it go. It kind of ruined my night, but I'm in reconstruction, so it fits. It all fits. It definitely all fits. Looking more into like things like Fansly, as an artist, to do streaming, do adult streaming, artwork, and the rates are better. It's like I said, it's like Kick. The rates are better and everything like that, but nobody uses it. So everybody who's I have sold a lot of products. I am still to this day very grateful, very humbled. Even I'm not a humble person by the fact that there are people who actually wear my artwork, my own artwork, from my own creation. And I laugh when people wear things that I created, 30 years ago. I can't even lay claim to it. I don't own it anymore. I don't even get residuals anymore from my original artwork. So I've kind of abandoned all connection to that. We are going to move forward. The thing about the merch page, which was designed for me to create commissions. It was always designed to do that. It was always designed for me to make product for people to have. One of the major goals of the merch page was to create little cubine stuffed animals, like this one, bit bigger. That people could have. That is all fallen by the wayside. But yeah, I'm not going to. I tried to look into fourth wall. I know a whole heap load of streamers that use fourth wall for their merch page. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but there is not, even Streamlabs, even Stream Elements, there's not a single one of these merch pages that is easy to use, easy to create the things that I want to create. They take a lot of work to create one of the big things that I have created on Streamlabs is that hoodie with the Cubine hoodie, which says "Got Bean," that is pretty much my logo. It's pretty much my symbol. I had every intention to create a bunch of different t-shirts on the hoodies, or even regular which, just so you know, did not exist on Stream Elements. I had a lot of t-shirts and things like that, which I am going to be making those on Streamlabs. The price point difference, there's not much of a difference between the two, price wise. And it's kind of like my freaking throne. Like, my freaking throne just basically exists. Nobody's suggesting items anymore, and it just basically sits there. And I kind of like go in and check it every once in a while and remove the unavailable things from the listing. The reason I do that is because somebody actually did buy back in the day, literally over 2 years ago. They bought a figurine for me, and the figurine was not available, so I ended up getting another figurine. Because of it, and I watched Throne collect revenue. They ended up collecting revenue 3 freaking times from me. Which, like, when you think about that, you know, $100 piece, and they collect their percentage, which is about 20%. They ended up collecting more than half the cost total. Just like I don't understand it. That, you know, how they could think that was okay, because they turned it into cash and then they turned it into me buying my items as opposed to me just transferring it over and, you know, making it this. And what I should have done was just cashed it out and, you know, bought the item someplace else. Don't buy it. I don't need to buy things on Throne. And it's kind of like a really bizarro thing. Like I said, I should have just cashed it out. They would have charged me once, and everything would have been fine. But they took their share of it. Yeah, this is the way it worked. Throne took their share of the money originally. Like I said, which is about they take about 20%. Yeah, they took their share. I then did not take the money out. The money was sitting there, and I bought another item on Throne. And they took their money out again. And then I had the rest of the money that was left over from there, and so I cashed that out. So they took their money again. And yeah, and I realized, like, going, oh, so if I just cashed it out, they would have just, if I just took the money out of there, they would have taken a share of that money, as if I bought an item. Like, it's like, I don't like Throne. I don't like the way it's set up. The anonymity and stuff like that is just absolutely god awful. It's a god awful price to pay. push my throne at all. Because of that. And if my throne goes away, if my throne goes away, then so be it. Again, it's like every move you make, every transaction you make, they take their share out of it. It's just like automatic. I believe that's part of the agreement, but I was thinking going, since you already took your share, this is free money pretty much. But no, it's not. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, and the 0% thing that's a joke too, because they take their share before they take another percentage out of it. The preferred products are the products that are sponsored through Throne. The stores on Throne where you can buy things. They don't tell you that there's a first charge and then there's a second charge on top of it. And it's what's always been. And what makes me freaking crazy is the fact that they did that. And I really didn't want to talk about Throne because I tried to get my merch page on Throne so that people could have my product as an item that they want to buy on their Throne list, and it did not work out. The way Throne had it set up was so that they can do the three charge deal. Somebody puts the money in, they have to convert it into cash, then they have to put it towards the product. And then they get charged again. So they get charged for buying it, then they get charged for turning it into cash, and then they get charged for basically purchasing the item themselves. It's like I just like there's nothing left. Literally, you have to dig into your own pocket to buy the item. Somebody else bought it. So I'm really sad about it. I really am. I can't believe it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like waiting for the next shoe to drop. Somebody was telling me that my depression is just my doom and gloom, and there is a part of there is the exterior, the environment element to my depression, but that's not what fucking depression is. And I want to fucking tell people, I don't care if you are a fucking doctor, it's not what depression is. It's not how depression works. I can be depressed during happy times. Motherfuckers. Don't freaking mislead people and like pretend like going, oh yeah, as long as you have a positive attitude and you're freaking, going through life. No, positive attitude. I'm going to tell you right now, positive attitude makes fucking things worse. Because when things go to shit with your fucking positive attitude and you didn't put up the, the, uh, the warning, not only are you depressed, but you've also been suckered and you've also been freaking raked across the coals. For what? Because you had a fucking positive attitude? People look at that as a fucking weakness. Assholes. Positive attitude does nothing. Positive attitude for me. I can't speak for everybody else. But a positive attitude, because I do not gain strength from fucking other people. That kind of came out wrong. But I do not get strength from other people. Ever. I've never gotten it. People do not charge me up. I can speak in front of a large crowd and they could be cheering or booing and it makes no fucking difference. It doesn't. It makes no difference to me. Um, I've done I've done stand up comedy where I've bombed and just so you know, did not charge me up any more or less. And I've done stand up comedy where I've freaking had everybody rolling in the aisles and the only thing it did was it just kept the momentum going. But after it, I was fucking drained and freaking, I did not feel good because I'm not that way. And I know people do have that, and I know that people do suffer from kind of a depression from their environment. I do not. I have high empathy into people, but um, death, tragedy, all that stuff that's exterior, that stuff does not affect my depression at all. It does not even come into play. I sat at the post office for freaking 10 years, hating that job every fucking day. It was miserable. It was not good. But I had bouts of depression while I was there, but I had bouts where I freaking, pushed through and freaking, gave the fucking positive attitude. And you know what they did? They took a fucking advantage of that. To the point where I was basically putting on a fucking positive attitude in order to function. Friggin' started this thing just basically so that I can basically get out all my fucking anger and frustrations and just detestment towards the freaking post office so that I can walk in and basically put on that fucking fake face. And I hated myself for it. So having a fucking positive attitude when you're not a positive person, when you don't have, when you're basically forcing yourself, fucking sucks. And I hate it. And I hate that people would suggest that that is the way to freaking overcome depression. It's not. And yes, years of therapy probably helps. Years of freaking, talking it out with the therapist, yes, probably that's probably the best way to do it. Um, proper medication is probably the better way to do it because depression is a chemical imbalance. You know, um, the reason I am not using medication, the reason I do not do that, it's not because I don't subscribe to that as a way of coping, is because I think I'm less me when I'm on those medications. That's it. Would they make my life better? Maybe. But I don't want to be less me. And I think that that would be unfair to you. And I think it would definitely be unfair to me, but it'd definitely be unfair to you. The people that that kind of depend on this kind of raw, cubing that you're not going to get from any other streamer. What makes me unique, I think I feel when I've been on medication that what it does it takes that edge away. And yes, I stopped doing the medication when I had my company in California. Um, so yeah, that's how it is. Um, the the Stream Elements merch page going away does not make me depressed. I'm sad, but I'm not depressed by it. I am thinking of ways to work through it and to have this stuff. I don't really need two merch pages. And this gives me the um, kind of the foresight of like, what to do if Streamlabs, they take away my Streamlabs merch page. Um, the difference between the Streamlabs merch page and the Stream Elements merch page is I made money on Stream Elements merch page. I've made no money on the Streamlabs merch page. I've only bought product there. I'm my best customer, my best and only customer. That's the difference between the two. Yeah. And Stream Elements was just, it had to be a product of, Stream Elements is a product of Twitch for me. I don't have Stream Elements here on YouTube. And the fact that I have not been really using Twitch definitely shows. But I didn't get a message. I didn't get a message from Stream Elements through Twitch. I didn't get an email. I found out because I went to the page to look at a mug that I made that had a Pataru on it. When I was even talking about like I'm not doing Patarus anymore. And yeah, so that's where we're at. I should go to work. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. And as always, cool beans in the comments below. And if you have any questions or anything like that, you want to get into a dialogue, you want to talk about things, I will definitely talk about things here. These are basically my thoughts. So, and definitely not a testimony of how people should live their lives. I sometimes think that I take the worst path possible in order to make my own freaking judgments. And sometimes I need that. But hopefully you don't. Hopefully you're happy. Hopefully you're not depressed. I really wish the best for you. I really do. Alright? So as always, take care. Alright, bye.